It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. Brown goes inside. Oh, what a slam from Jalen Brown. Oh, Pritchard banks in the three at the buzzer. Great in and out dribble. Oh, he set off the smoke detector.
What's up, everyone, and welcome in to your Celtic source, home of your two favorite teams, the Boston Celtics and whoever beats New York. And that certainly happened tonight. The Pacers winning 114-109, stunning a Madison Square Garden crowd that, was hoping for a bounce back after that brutal collapse in Game 1. But Tyrese Haliburton is proving to be a rival to Jalen Brunson in clutch time. Right? He didn't have a great game overall, but down the stretch, he went toe-to-toe with Jalen Brunson and actually led the Pacers to actually pull away in that final fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson, a lot of ISO ball, right? And that's, it usually works out for the Knicks because Jalen Brunson is that good. But tonight, Tyrese Haliburton, it wasn't just his scoring. It was his playmaking, finding easy points in transition. He had a great play where he got this rebound and threw it full court to Pascal Siakam, who was streaking down the court to pretty much seal the deal in this game. A bad decision by Mikal Bridges to try and crash the boards instead of just going back. But still, eyes up the floor, looking for just easy points is the reason why the Pacers have been so good this season or in these playoffs in crunch time, because they don't get tired. They play with 8, 10 guys. So, right, they're always going to have energy, but they find easy points instead of, working extremely hard for contested shots. And that makes it so much easier that when it comes to crunch time, first of all, they're not in foul trouble because so many different guys plays that, each guy only has 1 or 2 fouls. And second, just they don't run out of gas. They are full go every single possession, 48 minutes a game. This game was much closer, obviously, throughout the game, right? It wasn't one of those, collapses that like New York had in Game 1. It was, a tight battle throughout the game. And, down the stretch, actually, in the fourth quarter, the Pacers were missing a lot of free throws, just, free points on the board to pull away much earlier than they eventually did. Very sort of opposite of what New York was doing in Game 1, where they collapsed, right? They were missing all these free throws and giving, wasted opportunities to sort of hold the lead. But the Pacers, right, we'll start with Tyrese Haliburton, right? Just 14 points, 3 of 10 from 3, so not great shooting, 5 of 16 overall, so pretty poor from the field. But he does have 11 assists, right? And that's something that he brings every game, whether he is, scoring or not, right? His ability, like I said earlier, just to find free points on backdoor cuts, catch the Knicks sleeping in transition, just allows this team to basically play above what their level says on paper, right? Because if you were to match up almost every guy with from the Pacers with the guy on the Knicks, I think the Knicks players are better, right? I think, Jalen Brunson is better than Tyrese Haliburton, although that's really close now. I mean, Tyrese Haliburton's been unbelievable besides, not just his scoring, but just his decision-making and everything. But, Karl Anthony Towns, he's better than Pascal Siakam. OG Anunoby, he's probably better than Nesmith. Hart, probably better than Turner. But still, just, finding ways to just outwork a New York team that has been known in the past to be, the hustle team, the energy team. But this Pacers team, just unbelievable. And it comes from the bench production, right? The Pacers, rely on their bench to do, a good chunk of the scoring. Right? Because the Knicks, they only go 3 deep in this game. The Pacers, they go almost they go 6 deep. Every guy except Bryant scores off the bench for them, right? TJ McConnell obviously is the leader of that second unit, that bench unit. He had 10 points tonight. But when the Knicks, we just look at the minutes that they played, right? We have, every single player for the Pacers in the 30s. And for the starters, we have Bridges at 45 minutes, Jalen Brunson 39 minutes. So just, the stark difference, right? Andrew Nembhard played the most for the Pacers at 37 minutes, right? So just, the Knicks run out of gas down the stretch, and Jalen Brunson can't do it all, right? He's getting doubled on some. That shot that he took to end the game, basically, I think it was like 4 seconds left, and he took like a really deep 3. I think he thought he was going to get fouled there, right? The Pacers could have fouled up 3, sent him to the line, and he could only get 2 points there, and then the Pacers would have the lead with 1 second left. But still just not a great shot, because I feel like he rushed that shot. He didn't really have any chance of that shot going in. So he should have, seen if he could have called for one quick screen and gotten a, much closer look. But yeah, I'm going to keep this short. We will be live probably tomorrow after the Wolves Thunder game. I mean, that series is pretty much out of hand. The Thunder have just looked unbelievable. Obviously, throughout the day, we have a live show at 2:45, I believe, is the set time. Might change a little bit, where we're talking about, the Celtics and can they contend next year without Jason Tatum. We will do a little bit more reaction in that show to this game and, game 1, just that unbelievable shot from Tyrese Haliburton. I mean, the second coming of Reggie Miller right now. But yeah, once again, Pacers win 114-109. Won, 3 huge games against the Cavs on the road, and now they've, taken both games in Madison Square Garden. This team has just looked unbelievable on the road. Pascal Siakam, Tyrese Haliburton. I was getting a lot of criticism for calling him a top 5 guard after these playoffs. I forgot, to be honest, about Devin Booker and some of the other guys. Obviously Luka is a much better player than Tyrese Haliburton is, but I'm not including him until he wants to get his act together, because he's just been all over the place, mentally, physically, right? He's got to get in shape. Right? The Lakers actually hired a weight room coach or whatever to make sure their guys are getting in shape, which was, obviously not just for Luka, but I think everyone knows the intention was on Luka. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow on social media. Obviously, multiple shows tomorrow. And until next time, go Celtics and Indiana Pacers.
It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured.